great to have the name on my record, but everyone knows Larry Holmes was a legendary fighter, and if he was at his best, I couldn't stand a chance. He was a great fighter.
My father left home at my early age, and it was just my mother. My mother worked, she scuffled, she took every nickel and dime she could to clothe all of us. And remember, it was like 12 of us, 11 of us in the family, and we welfare, surplus, Salvation Armies, and handouts and whatever you want, or hand-me-downs. And that's the way we lived. And so I had something to fight for.
I started my boxing career in an anti-poverty program called the Job Corps. I entered the Job Corps to get a high school education because I was a dropout at 16. Lyndon Johnson started this program for underprivileged kids. I went in actually to get another chance to play football, but it just so happened I found boxing.
I went to college. I got tired of going to college, so I went home. My dad said, if you stay, you pay rent. So the next day I joined the Marine Corps. And as a result, I played football in the Marine Corps for one season. And then they started taking people off the team, and they started sending them to Vietnam. So I looked around, the only thing that was left was boxing. And if you became good enough, you became more or less propaganda for the Marine Corps, and they wouldn't send you.
I think boxing is the most outstanding game sports-wise in the world. And I mean, kings and queens and rich and poor and the robbers and everybody else is in the boxing. And boxing has made a living, let's say, make money for everybody. So I had nothing bad to say about boxing but love it.
Just imagine, I had 112 amateur fights, all those pro fights on, and look at me. Look at my nose, perfect shape, lips, face. And I'm not boasting. And it's hard to be humble when you're as pretty as I am. In 1954, in Columbia Gym, they call it, somebody stole my life. There was a police officer downstairs named Joe Martin. He was training boxers and told me to learn to fight, so if I find the boy stole my bike, I could beat him up. I had medals, belts, titles, but no money, so I turned pro.
London, England, I jumped off the airplane. Picture, cameramen, everywhere I go. You can look in the gym today. The TV, the cameramen, everybody follows me. I'm so great. The fifth round came. Yeah, hit him. Yeah, I said, come on, sucker. Yeah.
Oh, there's a vicious cut over Cooper's eye. The referee's looking at it. He has to stop the fight.
Man said, break it up. I said, there he is. There he is. And walked on out of the joint.
Clay wins by TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cassius Marcellus Clay. He's young, he's handsome.
They know it.
He's a poet, a prophet, and many people believe he'll be the next heavyweight champion of the world. I saw Sonny Liston a few days ago, Cassius.
Ain't he ugly? He's too ugly to be the world's champ. The world's champ should be pretty like me.
Well, he told me to bet my life that you wouldn't go 3 rounds.
Well, if you want to lose your money, then bet on Sonny.
Oh, may I ask you this?
Because I'll never lose a fight. It's impossible. Tell him. It's impossible.
Never lost a fight in your life.
Ask any of my fans when was the last time they lost. I'm too fast.
Champion from
I'm
the crib.
king. Born the champ.
Born the champ from the crib.
Ah!
And here in the 6th round, Clay has taken control of the fight.
Clay comes out to meet Liston, and Liston starts to retreat. If Liston goes back in his father, he'll end up in the ringside seat.
Tony Liston has never before faced this type of opponent. Liston's timing is upset by the young challenger's hit-and-run tactics.
Clay swings with his left. Clay swings with his right. Look at young Cassius carry the fight.
Pandemonium has broken loose. Tony Liston has not come out for round 7.
Yes, the crowd did not dream when they put down their money that they would see a total eclipse of the sun.
I am the king of the world. Hold it. I'm pretty.
Hold it, you're not that pretty.
I'm a bad man.
Let's sing out
So
here.
great, I don't have a mark on my face.
Yeah.
And I upset Sonny Liston, and I just turned 22 years old. I must be the greatest. I told the world, I talk to God every day. If God's with me, can't nobody be against me, Sonny. I shook up the world.
Second Liston fight, it was luck. It was luck, they said.
In the black trunks.
Clay came beat Liston. So they came to lose the man. I said, I've invented the anchor punch. And it's so fast, slow motion cameras can't detect the speed.
A short, jolting right to the jaw, and Liston goes down. The champion refuses to go to a neutral corner, and referee Joe Walcott tries to push Clay away. Liston still hasn't heard a number and doesn't have the slightest idea what the count is.
I don't want to mess with you, trainer. I just want you to know that from now on, you are the rabbit.
Floyd Patterson, the hare, the rabbit. George Chuvalo, the washerwoman. And during the times we fought, I gave my opponents names. And I said, after I retired, there'll never be another one. And there hasn't been nobody since me. I am the greatest. I'm pretty. Tall, giant, full of fun. He's cocky. So ringside, I heard people saying, knock the nigga out, hit the nigga. There's certain rednecks in the crowd. And black people themselves, they were humble, they didn't boast. So when me, I am the greatest. I say things they want to say, but they're fighting. They want to say what I say. They want to talk back to the white master. They want to reject Vietnam. They want to be cocky. They want to be fearless. So they love me because they saw that in me. And this is what made me so popular. I never liked the word killing thing because my intention was to win, but never to kill, even when I knocked the man out. I was happy to see him come back to. And it's not the action that makes the thing right or wrong, but the purpose behind the action. My purpose is not to kill, just to win, look good, beat the guy. And only Allah, God knows my intention.
Are you taking Zora Foley too lightly?
Why would you say that?
Because every indication has been that you're confident that you can beat Zora.
I'm confident I can whoop all of them. This ain't nothing new. My image has been confident. What you trying to make it look like something new for? I'm always confident I can whoop all of them.
You're being extremely truculent.
Whatever truculent mean, if that's good, I'm that.
It feels good just to Today, we're able to announce that we will have open and we believe operating this summer, coast to coast, some 2,000 child development centers serving as many as possibly 500,000 children. We called our program Project Head Start.
I am a product of a compassionate America. I'm proof that when a country does not give up on its underprivileged, good things can happen. Probably it was the style to be compassionate during the 60s when I got my push. Of course, things go in and out of styles, and probably the last few years it has not been in style to be compassionate. And of course, I think that things are leaning toward that way, and then when it does, everybody can comprehend people convincing the poor that they can. Right now, it's just not in style. Probably the greatest thing that when I look back on it, being a 19-year-old in the 1968 Olympics, you don't believe that you can do anything like that. That they put in that uniform on you with the USA and robe you down with a parade uniform, and it's like a dream, and it didn't end, even though to this day it hasn't ended. Some kids grow up knowing that they're an American. I grew up out of the gutter, robbing and stealing, hiding from the police. I was told at maybe 12 years old, one of my cousins caught me shooting hooky from school once. And I thought she was out of the house, but actually she was still there. I thought she had gone to work. I sneaked in the window. My mother had given me the lunch. I'd ate my lunch, come back to sneak in the window to go to sleep. I hated school. And my cousin told me, when she caught me, I tried to make an excuse like a guilty person do. She said, "Don't worry about it, you're nothing. You're never gonna be nothing anyway." She said, "Go to sleep." She said, "Nobody from around here ever become anything but drunks."
That's it, over to the corner, the technical term, referee stops contest.
Generally, we would bow to the audience or the judge to show our humbleness. But this time, after I'd won the match, I actually had won. I bowed to the judge, and I had the flag on my side. You forget about the complexion and all of this. You want everybody to know what country you're from. And everybody started cheering, so I started waving the flag. No demonstration or anti-demonstration. It was just an emotional moment. I wanted everybody to know that I was from the United States of America.
I would like to hear this from you, and I want the world and the cameras to hear. Who's the heavyweight champion of the world? One more time, we don't want no excuses. They may say the film was bad or the camera was broke. One more time, who's the champion of the world?
I just look at a fight at that particular time like it was my job. And I feel if I can do a good job with it, I have to be good. And I have to study it, and I pay attention.
Stop me now. I'm ready. Go ahead. Give it all you got. 'Cause I'm ready. Oh, please, 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 I'm ready. I'm ready. Giving it all I got. Don't stop me. I'm ready. Ain't no doubt about it now. I'm ready. Go ahead. Go ahead and give it all you got.
These boxing authorities, people who will rank Joe Frazier over me and rank him the champion when I've never been beat. I have the belt in my living room that John L. Sullivan had, Jack Dempsey, Rocky Marciano, Gene Tooney, Jack Johnson. Traditionally, I have the real belt. And for Joe Frazier to be a champion, he's got to beat me. See, those eliminations are only imitations. He's not the real champion.
It always been in my mind to face Muhammad because he was the guy that always on television running off at the lips and, and say what he can do. I said, I don't believe that.
Joe's gonna come out smoking, and I ain't gonna be joking. I'll be pecking and a-poking, pouring water on his smoking. Then this might shock and amaze you, but I will destroy Joe Frazier.
Frazier is not the easy target he used to be. He's bobbing and weaving all the time. And he's dangerous. His best punch, the left hook. Muhammad Ali's best punch, the jab. And his good combination. First clinch of the fight. That was a hard left hook that caught Frazier. Frazier is more vulnerable in the first round, and Muhammad Ali knows that. Muhammad Ali shakes his head and is warned for holding behind the neck. Muhammad Ali has been missing.
This is Joe Frazier fighting me. Punches around. See? This is Joe Frazier. Trying to block him. Well, he's going to catch him, see?
And Frazier has gone wild. He's lost the good timing he had earlier. Lost the rhythm. That one hurt. So did that. Muhammad Ali was wrong. He's holding on desperately. 30 seconds to go in the round. 30 seconds. Muhammad Ali is in real trouble.
Joe Frazier handled me. Count of fours up. I've never been knocked out, never been really beat up. See, as what you just said about Muhammad Ali, I never took no beating. I never been beat up. I never been really knocked out with a hand count 10.
Mohammed, what about that 3.5-year layoff?
Just saw 15 rounds with Joe. I hit him 3 times as one. Just as strong as he. We both tired in the end. I think he was a little tired. Because if he wasn't out to get me down like he did with the beginning of the round, he should have finished me. If he was really strong and had the strength, but I could see he wasn't. He was missing a lot of hooks. He was exhausted too. But he kept forcing it. But the 3.5 years, I think, did a lot, but I still have enough left to get away with things like that with Joe Frazier.
I really think the guy's kind of sick in the head, really. Because some part of the fight he rapped off and said, "Don't you know I'm God?" So he keeps saying it, you know what I mean? Every time he throw a punch, you know, don't you know I'm God? And I got under some of them questions. I said, well, God, you're going to get whipped tonight.
I would say, I'm crazy. I'm bad. He said, I'm crazy
Don't
too.
you know I'm God?
I'm not God. I wouldn't tell you, don't you know I'm God?
Yes, you say it.
I don't know.
You said it.
You heard something wrong.
Told me you were God.
I hit you so hard.
Nah, I didn't do it that hard.
Muhammad, during that fight that you lost, you said you'd kiss his feet.
I lied.
Ellis will do what? Boy, if James Ellis dreamed he beat me, better wake up and apologize.
Muhammad Ali's sustained attack is beginning to wear Ellis down here in round 12. Ali banging home short, accurate punches. Ellis trying to defend against one of the fastest heavyweights of all time. The King Jimmy Ellis, a thoroughly beaten fighter, as the referee stops the contest.
I mean, I was scared of Joe Frazier. Nobody could tell me anything weak about him because I know there weren't any weaknesses. He'd even beat Muhammad Ali at this point. And my scheme, my part of psychology, from that point on early in my career, I would stare the guy down. I started getting in their face, looking them dead in the eye. If they would drop their face, I knew then I had this edge. But when getting ready to fight Joe Frazier, I had to look him in the eye, but I was hoping he wouldn't look down because my knees were uncontrollable. I couldn't stop them from shaking.
I used to look at guys like Henry Armstrong and watch how these guys throw punches, and Sugar Ray Robinson, and see Henry Armstrong was a guy that never stopped. He throw like 300 punches in a round and steady moving. So I said, if I can be like that, and I can do that and keep that pressure on him, he'll eventually break.
This time, I had watched Joe Frazier fight, followed his whole career by being on his undercard. I remember seeing him fight Jerry Quarry, and I mean, Jerry Quarry was putting it to Joe Frazier like nothing. And after 4 or 5 rounds, Joe Frazier went in front of the camera, looked at his trainer and said, "Whoo," as though he liked it. And I kept thinking, I want to become champion, but I hope Joe Frazier die first.
Foreman having a very good round. Joe is down. Frazier went down. Taking the mandatory 8, Foreman in complete charge of the fight. Frazier fighting back gamely, but he's having trouble. There's the countdown, 20 seconds to go. Frazier down again. Wobbling around, taking the mandatory 8 count. The round is almost over. Foreman after him again. Frazier has never taken this kind of punishment. It goes down at the bell. Arthur McCann rules. Now he's taking the mandatory 8 count at the bell.
I remember that bell ringing and wondering, what am I going to do? And he came out and he threw this famous left hook and it just barely missed me. It sounded like a pistol. No, like a rifle. A bullet just going past your head. And I knew then that if I didn't hurry up and get that fight over, that I stood not only a chance of losing the match, but really getting myself seriously hurt.
Frazier is being battered in Foreman's corner. Joe's about to go down again. Goes down again. Joe is desperately trying to get to his feet. He's on his feet. He's taking a mandatory 8 count. 45 seconds to go in the round. Joe's been down 4 times. There goes Joe down again.
got to know about your plans for the future. Will you fight Frazier again, or will you fight Muhammad Ali?
Right now, that was my main goal, was to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
You got it now.
I knew I could beat Ali. In my mind, I told myself I could beat him. If I had not have done it, I would have put on such a good show, or I would have done so much that would have been seen and put in a position where I could do more and fight more. My purse will become bigger.
See the way he's leaning over there? You can't land a right hand. He just keeps leaning over away from it.
Plus the fact that when you're trying to land that left hand, that right hand...
Well, like chess, I make a move to make him make a move so I capitalize. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I didn't want to get hurt. I just... It was competition, one-on-one, highest form.
Left by Ali puts the fans out of their seats at San Diego.
This is heating up. A good exchange of right hands. Ali looking to counter his left jab with a right hand over.
Oh, and a great right by Norton for the jaw of the ex-champion Muhammad Ali.
He's blowing one jaw around too. And he went 10 more rounds. I didn't know it was broke. I just felt a little burning pain, so I took my teeth and kept my teeth closed because it felt better when I was holding them. I was actually holding the jaw in place. They found out after the fact it broke. If I knew my father's jaw was broke, I would have stopped.
Why?
You think I'm a fool? Me fighting with a broken jaw, somebody hitting in my face, hard punches, and my jaw already broke, a man hitting on the tooth might break it more? Man, that's a dumb question.
Norton wins. Norton wins.
Ali, in my mind, is the reason that there's so much money involved in sports today. Not only boxing, but football, basketball. It all started with Ali and his gift for gab and his showmanship and his receiving large purses. Because before Ali, purses were very minimal. During Ali's time, they grew. After Ali, they just exploded.
In the closing seconds of this fight. It's coming here from Los Angeles, and the near-capacity crowd has really enjoyed it as we have. Less than 20 seconds now, and Norton coming back here, pushing the former champion against the rope.
He knows he's
everything he's got into it.
He knows he's blown this last round, and he's blown all chances because he gave away too much to start this fight.
Less than 10 seconds remaining now. Will not be a knockout. It must go the distance, 12 rounds. A tremendous finish here put on by the former champion, Muhammad Ali, as the bell sounds, taking the fight. A swift decision for the former champion of the world. I'm sure.
I like the man quite a bit. When I had an accident, my wife told me he was about the third person to the hospital in L.A. By the grace of God, I'm still living, because I should have died. I was going on the freeway in LA, on the Santa Monica freeway, and went to the top of the hill and something happened, went over the hill. It's about a 35-degree angle, and I went over the side, and there was one tree. I found it. I had a skull fracture, broke my jaw, broke my leg, blood clots, you name it. I've always been very physical in my life. And to be that way so long, and then all of a sudden have everything turn, and then you're more or less crippled. You know, it's very traumatic.
Ali and Frazier visited our studios while preparing for their fight number 2 and to analyze their fight number 1.
He gonna bring up the hospital. What's different? Why you bring up the hospital? I went to the hospital for why you figure on me? I went to the hospital for why you figure on me? Man, you know, sit down. Sit down, man. Sit down, Joe. Why you think on me? Sit down, Joe. Huh? Sit down quick. Why you think on me? Sit, the brothers are here. You doing this too? No. Sit down quick, Joe.
Well, we're having a scene, as you can see, and it's hard to tell whether it's clowning or for real between the two fighters. This kind of thing has been going on all along in terms of promotion of a fight, and this time it seems to be for real, because Joe Frazier is really angry. I think that Ali is probably clowning.
referee, Tony Perez, unbelievably tells the...
And some people think maybe the referee or somebody has some money bet on Frazier and did that on purpose, thinking I'd knock him out. That's just hearsay.
Ali pouring it on here at the end of round 2. This is the 12th and final round. Frazier looking for that knockout here in round 12. Joe is going all out. Frazier tearing in there with dynamite punches. A punishing left to the head by Joe Frazier. Men pulling out all the stops here in the 12th round. And there's the end of this sensational fight. Muhammad Ali wins a unanimous decision in one of the great heavyweight fights of all time.
For me, it wasn't a thing where I had to win. It was just a challenge for me to go in and take care of business and come out without getting hurt. There were three or four of my fights that I hit the man and it paralyzed him right there. It was a good shot, and I saw that he was gone. He couldn't do anything else, so I walked away.
Kenny Norton was a fearsome specimen to watch. He was a throwback to some of the old gladiators. So this man was really, you didn't want to, I was forced to fight the #1 contender. And that way I made up, of course, I was matched with Kenny Norton. Didn't want that match.
Round 2, scheduled for 15, the heavyweight championship of the world. Good right hand, the left-hand side of the face of Norton. Norton is a bit stunned as Foreman is getting off. And it looks like Norton has really been staggered as he went up against the rope. The referee is giving this a count. Yes, you'll have to take the 8 now. Okay, 17, and here we go with Foreman just banging on in the second round. Norton goes down again. A left hand on the side of the head. Norton goes back and has to take another 8 now. No, he doesn't. He's like the referee is on the left hand. Right up again on left jab. And oh, big stop. That's not falling again for the second time. Norton is in Queensville. He doesn't know where he is. It's up to 5. I don't know if Norton can make it. It might be all over right here. It's up to 9. 10. And they are they going to continue it? Or are they going to stop it? It looks like it may be all over, and it is not over. George Foreman retains the heavyweight championship.
He hit Ken Norton just like he do all his opponents. Caught him early. I admit he is hard, but if a man can stay out of the way for 5 rounds, stick him, move, stay out of range, be in good shape, he'll retire George Foreman. This man depends on getting this man in the first 1 or 2 rounds. If he don't do that, he's frustrated. Stick him with left jabs and right crosses, tie him up and box him, and you'll retire him. I know this man is going to whoop George Foreman, and I'm going to whoop him of all places in Africa, in the Congo, where the Lumumba boys are.
Ali, now that you have your cool about you and you calm down at this point, I want you to answer this question. How could that man go 24 rounds with you and only 2 with the heavyweight champion of the world?
Because George Foreman is not as good of a fighter, scientific as I am, but I admit he's stronger and he hit harder. I'm not a hard puncher. I'm not known for being a hard puncher. I fought many men like Floyd Patterson, Zoe Foley, George Fowler, who are stronger than I am. Many I couldn't knock out, Sonny Liston. But I'll tell you this, boxing ability, speed, whooping him on points for the distance if necessary. Then I'll whoop him.
Well, fight in your home territory, you couldn't be any happier the way this is coming up in September.
Why would you call Africa my home territory?
You've been telling me that for 10 years.
That's right, and if you come over there talking like that, we'll cook you.
Of course, I'd knocked out Joe Frazier and beat him convincingly, of course. Then I'd knocked out Kenny Norton, who was, I figured, the greatest physical specimen one could ever look at. And I was kind of afraid of Kenny Norton, but I did win the boxing match. I was able to eliminate guys pretty easily who had really given Muhammad Ali a whipping. So people were telling me, George, be careful, don't kill Muhammad. He's old, take it easy.
The adjectives used in the press has been beautiful. The more strong man they make this guy, the better I like it, because my father's got plenty to shoot for now. He's the underdog twice, going to shock the world and become the heavyweight champion of the world again. I've always said he's the greatest heavyweight of all time. He has to lick Foreman to make the press admit this.
I've been working 4 months for this fight. My weight today is 214 pounds. That's fight weight already. I'm way ahead of schedule. My timing, my accuracy, my reach will be 1.5 inches longer. The man is slower. The man is flat-footed. The man don't stand a chance. The stage has been set. This man is supposed to annihilate me. 10 years from starting this, I was supposed to be get at that time. I think it's befitting that I go out of boxing just like I came in, shocking the world by beating a big, bad, ugly monster that nobody could beat.
1 minute left in round number 1. The heavyweight championship between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, live via satellite, direct from Zaire, Africa. That punch did no damage. That one did. 2 wild right hands taken on the side of the head of Muhammad Ali. Ali continues to try to tie his man up. Back late, separates him. Wild left hand, vicious hook. There's a real strong right hand just underneath the heart. And Muhammad Ali is taking some punishment now. About 25 seconds left in the round. Ali, face left, throws the straight right hand. That right hand lead has George Foreman slightly confused, but a straight left jab thrown by Foreman has Ali in the corner. Ali dances back, hangs on. What a tremendous face in round number 1. A hook to the body of Muhammad Ali. Zach Layton, the referee, separates them. About 8 seconds left in the round. Round 1, Foreman and Ali ending round 1.
I realized 7 rounds of this, I'll be finished. So I realized this, I stopped and let him burn his energy while I lay on the ropes, doing the gimmick called the rope-a-dope.
Foreman setting him up against the rope.
I hit him with a good shot. You know what he told me? That's all you got,
Why he continues to taunt him. Ali's super confident. Foreman looks unusually slow with his hands. Look at this. All of a sudden he opens up. 4 punches downstairs on Ali. Ali, of course, has protection around that area he was being hit by. Ali showing the ability to punch inside against George Foreman. Now the fight is across the ring. A right hand lead by Foreman this time. Another right hand. A good right hand taken on the left side of the cheek on the jaw of Muhammad Ali. The best one so far for George Foreman. I don't know what to start, but it did spin the head around of Muhammad Ali. I have to say the heaviest punch so far was definitely planted by Foreman in that exchange. Ali trying to hang on. Might have been just stunned by that blow. Vicious right hand quickly by the nose of Ali. Ali continues to shock, continues to taunt. 30 seconds left in round number 3. Foreman looking for his opening to unload that left hand underneath the heart of Ali and drop the right. There he goes to the right, but it just didn't land that time. Very even fight. 10 seconds left now in round 3. Ali is going his destination. The hands in left, right, left. Ahead of Foreman. Foreman again takes the right hand.
I remember hitting him so hard in his chest. And it, not only did it hurt him, it sort of dehumanized him. He looked at me as if to say, I'm not going to take that from you. And he came after me, he remembered the pain, and then he said, forget it, and he covered up.
A couple of my trainers, get off the ropes, move. So I told him I'm going to fight my way, I'm going to do it my way, and shut up.
Ali hanging on, getting
went to finish him off 2 rounds. I said, I'm going. I don't care about the 5, 6 rounds. I'm going to knock him out in 2 rounds. 3rd round, he was still there. I said, well, who cares? I'm not going to pace myself. I'm going to knock him out. Finally, after 5 or 6 rounds, I was burnt out. This experienced great athlete withstood all of this pain because I hit him with some of the hardest shots I'd ever delivered on a man. It would knock him back and out. He would literally stand there and wake up again.
Very even fight. Ali, a sneaky right hand. Another sneaky right hand. This time he worked over the shoulder of Foreman.
I burnt myself out, and he caught me with a right hand just as I was walking and following him without any respect, just trying to get one shot in. Tricked me, moved off the rope with this lightning speed that he was not supposed to have at this age. 1-2 combination caught me right on the chin. I said, I can't believe it. I hit the floor. Actually, I hit the floor again with my fist. I waited for my corner to tell me to get up. A boxer is not supposed to get up. He's supposed to wait until his corner say get up. My manager told me to get up. He counted for me. When I jumped up, the fight was over. I had lost the heavyweight championship of the world to Muhammad Ali, and there he was with his hands raised. And I had to eat crow feet.
Everybody stop talking now. Attention. I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time when I beat Sonny Liston. I told you today I'm still the greatest of all time. Never again defeat me. Never again say that I'm going to be defeated. Never again make me the underdog until I'm about 50 years old. Right. Then you might get me.
2 minutes left in the round.
But it was the same thing again. I was behind in that particular fight. The points I was behind in that fight, you know? And it was like maybe 125 or 30 degrees in the ring or more.
Ali won by the referee for grabbing around the neck.
And it's not really in disrespect to him, but I feel comfortable about it because we had 3 fights. And you look back on the films today and you watch them, then you know who won them all.
Chuck Frazier looked awful tired, is puffed around both eyes now. Badly hurt.
It was just as many blacks had want to see his lips closed as white. You know, it didn't make no difference because he didn't believe in whether you were let's say white or black. He was more in his religion. That's what it was. If I wasn't a Muslim, you know, you wouldn't move me. You were just bad as being white. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Frazier was within a punch or 2 of going down. It's all over.
I bet 2-1 for you.
Although you don't need the money.
On his toes, Norton still doesn't know how to solve the style. Norton's got to trap him on the rope. Al grabs him.
I won 1 fight, and the second fight, he won by split decision, correct? Correct, either way. But the third fight in Yankee Stadium, I thought I won.
Sliding along and punching all the time. He's sliding 55 seconds to go. to this round. Can he keep it up? Can Norton do something spectacular?
The fight, more or less, was at a turning point in Ali's career. If he had lost, he would have taken a lot out of the sport. So I wasn't just battling the man. It was the game.
Norton's grasp. Oh, he threw a haymaker but missed. Ali comes back with a flurry. Most not landing, but big foot. Another big right hand. Another big right hand by Norton. All he did was catch air with those right hands. He's desperate. He knows he's blowing the title. But
another right hand. The left one connects, and he misses with a left and almost falls down as Ali pushes him off of the jet. A good right hand catches Ali, and the crowd comes to its feet with less than 10 seconds. Ali holding on. Norton is desperate. 6 seconds, 5. The bell's about to ring to end this fight at Yankee Stadium, and we'll be back with the decision.
Oh, Norton's breathing at him. Muhammad Ali, still heavyweight champion of the world, and in his corner, Norton is crushed.
He had no name, no prestige, no threat, so I said, I'll beat this guy. So I didn't really train like I should.
Tremendous action by the champion here. Where has he been for the previous 14 rounds? We are under 40 seconds. Another desperation left, missed by the challenger. Ali outward, but still pursuing, hoping, praying that perhaps one of these punches will connect and the gallant challenger, Leon Spinks, will fall. 24, 23 seconds.
Spinks dead tired. Dead tired. It looks like he was out, but he came right back, and now it's Ali that's showing the signs of weariness. He didn't, that's really a shuffle forward. Now it's 13 seconds. Now Leon, having him against the rope, is throwing everything he can. It's 8 seconds away, or he's lost it. He's just hammered Ali. Ali looks like he's in trouble. He's leaning against the rope. It's 2 seconds. It's 1, and at the bell, a tremendous right hand. Look at Ali stagger back.
People thought I'd throw the fight, some do, with Spinks first time, because I lost close and came back and beat him to win the title 3 times. They think that was a setup. It wasn't. If it was, I wouldn't have brought it up.
Champion. Solidly Owen Payne. 30 seconds to go. And unless Leon Spinks has got some superhuman effort in him, he will kiss his crown goodbye. Good right hand by Spinks. The old butterfly is spinning again. Well, Bobby, there it is, 11 seconds. 11 up in no knockout, that's for sure. And then there was going to be one. 8, 7. That is about it, folks. It's Ali in the world heavyweight champion for the 3rd time.
It meant something to me when I fought those guys. It meant something to me when I went in the ring with Kenny Norton and Muhammad Ali and was a sparring partner for Joe Frazier. And when I walked into the room and George Foreman says, Larry Holmes, you know, it means something.
I never was serious enough about boxing. I never really put myself into it to the point where it was that or nothing.
This has been a great boxing show. Both fighters courageous as Holmes comes back, scores a big shot. He's getting into trouble. Yes. He's going to follow up. Uppercut scores. Running out of time, and that's it. It's all over. Larry Holmes has done it. We have a new heavyweight champion.
Well, I knew that I could beat Muhammad years before I fought him, a couple of years before I fought him, because I was his sparring partner. And being a sparring partner, I got the opportunity to watch him, to learn from him, and to be around him a great deal.
In the blue corner, the challenger, the three-time heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. Fighting out of Eastern Pennsylvania. He is going for a record 8 straight KO in the heavyweight title defense. He is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Larry, the Eastern Assassin, Holmes.
Whether Ali can pressure Holmes early enough to get to him to cause him trouble. He wants to prove he's got it over Ali.
To me, he's a legend. He was a legend, he's still a legend. And you don't want to fight anybody like that, especially a guy who helped you.
But Ali hasn't thrown any punches yet either.
The time was off, and he saw the punches, couldn't take it. They tell me that's old age. You see it and you can't take it. See it coming, you can't get away. That was age.
I think he popped him pretty good.
The closing seconds now in round one.
I didn't have no charisma, they would say. They didn't want me to have charisma. I had charisma, but in my own way. I had the charisma. I didn't want to go out and say, I am the greatest. See, Muhammad did that. That was his thing. And if I did that, they would say, you stealing the line from Muhammad Ali. And if I say, Muhammad Ali float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, but don't forget he met Larry. They would say, now you're writing poems, trying to be like Muhammad Ali. So, you know, everything that I said and done, I was on the border. I was right on the edge. I could fall right off. And so therefore, I tried to stay away from the press as much as I could, because any little thing that I said would hurt me.
When I took the name Muhammad Ali, and people heard the name Muhammad Ali in America, champion, all the Egyptians says Muhammad Ali's Muslim, all the Arabians, Indonesians, Pakistan, Africa, and Libya, all the Afghanistan, Morocco, Pakistan, they all said Muhammad Ali, a Muslim, a world champ, his first time. That made me famous.
I think it survived.
I always fought a fair fight. I trained too hard for the fight. I didn't make an excuse. I should have did better. I was more worried about my weight than really conditioning.
Larry just continues to tee off the whole story of the fight. And Holmes throwing punches and Ali doing nothing, just taking shots.
100 degrees heat and didn't sweat. Something's wrong.
Come on, that's it. Dig in, dig in. Bring it up, Big Jack. He goes down.
His punches, he's taking his dues, but it's just a time now.
He could lay down as soon as he found out that his arms weren't working. He's staying there. Title is one thing. It's not like losing a job or losing your life or losing your wife. He said that's lost. He handled it with dignity.
Check him out. And Angela wants to stop the fight. And now I'm bargaining with him.
Champion, the people's champion, as I wanted to be while I was fighting. a guy who gave opportunities to fighters that wouldn't have got opportunities, a fighter who accomplished and set examples, a guy who walked the road that he wanted to walk.
I want them to have the record straight that I was a good boxer and that I did fight some of the top contenders and that I did fight for the championship of the world and won it fair and square. If I can be remembered and have my name called in the same fashion as, like I said, Jack Dempsey, Muhammad Ali, and Joe Frazier, I'll be a happy man. I'll be pretty contented with that. I don't want to be remembered as the greatest at all. I just want to be remembered as a good boxer.
An intelligent being, a caring being, an individual who, even though he was very competitive, I would say in his heart that he never wanted to injure anyone, and that he was a man who believed in God.
Boxing is good to me. I love it. It just bothers me when I hear people trying to shut it down. I mean, if you didn't make it good or you didn't make a couple of bucks and you wasn't a good leader, that don't give you the right to knock it down, because boxing have put a lot of bread in a lot of people's pocket. Same thing as love.
Listen, I don't have to say I'm the greatest. When I quit boxing, the game died. Didn't it die? The Tyson came along. But still, when you watch Tyson, he's good, but he's no Muhammad Ali.